This is December the 9th, and on our ongoing election struggles or challenge saga, we had, of course, the development that the Supreme Court yesterday rejected the appeal from Pennsylvania on the unconstitutionality of their Bill 77, which led to the large-scale mail-in voting there. I guess the question is, what does that mean? It was basically like a one-sentence rejection of hearing it. There was nobody's name attached to it, so we don't know whether that was a unanimous Supreme Court decision or whether, in fact, it was even a 5-4. But you could see why people might not want to put their name on it, right? I mean, it's very controversial. You don't have to. There's no actual write-up on why. They just said we're not interested in doing emergency relief and a stay or whatever. And so the actual underlying case itself could go forward and presumably wouldn't affect the 2020 election, but might affect future elections, which still makes it a major issue, whether or not that bill was constitutional in Pennsylvania. But also the case was coming in from Texas with the 4 states of Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Michigan as being challenged. And the situation there is kind of interesting. The Supreme Court did agree to hear the case. Not to hear the case. I didn't say it quite right. They asked for the defendants to provide their rebuttals or their counter arguments and to do it by Thursday or tomorrow. So, I mean, they didn't need to do that. If they wanted to shut this whole thing down inside the safe harbor day, they could have just dismissed it out of hand, right? With another one sentence, denied. But they didn't, which leads a lot of people to 2 different conclusions. One of which, I guess, what we might call the pro-Trump optimist school of thought is, they turned down the Pennsylvania one because they had a much more right case coming in, because after all, the Pennsylvania thing would not stop Biden from getting elected unless something else happened, whereas this one would actually shut him down if it was ruled in his favor, in favor of the case of Texas. So that's what the optimists think. The pessimists think, I guess, that they just want to let it play out, and maybe there is a 5-4 split, in which case, as I understand with Supreme Court rulings, if 4 people want to hear a case, they can hear a case. And so perhaps that indicates where the division really is, and that's why it's going forward, because there's still dissension in the Supreme Court, and maybe there's an attempt to persuade one of the members to come on board with the group that wants to hear it, while the other group of 4 is trying to convince that member not to do it. So that's another possibility of what could be going on in the Supreme Court. So I guess we'll just have to wait to Thursday or Friday and see what they do. However, if you interpret safe harbor as meaning that all disputes have to be settled by that date, or else you can go into a contested election, the fact the Supreme Court agreed to wait for further arguments before they ruled means it's now contested. It's the 9th and it's still under contest. So again, it's hard to know what that means exactly, but I thought I'd do this update since my last video was made and posted before I heard of the Supreme Court decision yesterday. And that's basically about it. Other than that, I guess everything else is rolling forward, and we'll just have to wait and see. Again, if you like these videos, give me a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have one, and then click the bell so you get the notifications. And that'll be it for today. Until the next development.